Review for Beekeeper with Jason Statham, directed by David Ayer. Has Josh Hutcherson, Jeremy Irons, Felicia Rashad, who was the mother in the Cosby Show. Minnie Driver too. So Jason Statham works for Rashad. He lives in a back house on her property. She rents out. He also makes honey. He's a beekeeper, and unfortunately, she's swindled out of all of her money. And she runs a charity. She a couple $1 million in it. They steal that too. These online scammers, and fortunately, let's say she ends herself. So Jason Statham stumbles upon this, and this kind of sets off a series of events where he's trying to get revenge, basically. I mean, it's not this movie's not very realistic, but this type of stuff does happen to people, especially older people. This thing pops up on her computer, says call this number, and she does, and then they gain remote access to her computer. So never do that. Don't call the number. You probably just have spyware or malware on your computer. Don't call the number. Don't give them access. Don't give them passwords. Don't do any of that. Microsoft is not. I mean, this isn't Microsoft for one thing. Say you have Windows or whatever, they're not going to call you. You call them, and be very skeptical about what you're doing with computers. So, but yeah, this is a thing that happens. To older people, especially pensioners. So be careful. But yeah, and then it sets off, him, and then she has a daughter who shows up right after she kills herself, and she's in the FBI. She thinks Statham did it, but then it's pretty obvious he didn't. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the movie, and then Statham's going after them. Um, I like the movie. It's a really good looking movie. Definitely one of David Ayer's better looking movies, I'd say. I mean, David Ayer, he's a decent director. Um, I wouldn't say a great director or anything, but he's a solid director. He also could write too. I mean, he wrote Training Day, which I love that movie. He didn't direct it though, but he directed the Suicide Squad, the first one. I don't know. I always thought that movie was okay. I know it got a lot of hate. I thought it was okay, but it has its moments. Um, but yeah, I'd say the sequel is better. And he directed Fury. I should rewatch that. That's probably my favorite of his movies he's directed. World War II movie, tank movie, really cool movie with Brad Pitt. I'm trying to bring up his IMDb. It's not coming up. But yeah, and he's done The Tax Collector, and then see a Deputy TV series, Bright. I tried watching some of Bright. I just wasn't into it. So, End to Watch, directed, solid movie. So, good director. Um, and I mean, I don't think he's done an action movie. I guess a Suicide Squad you could consider an action movie, but yeah, this is it's a good time. Statham's great at it. He's been in a bunch of action stuff. I'd say this is one of his better ones, at least for me. It's got a great slick look to it. There's a lot of yellows because of bees and stuff. But the cinematography is Gabriel Beristain. Um, I don't know. He did Black Widow. I haven't seen that. But Blade 2, director of photography. Okay. Yeah, career going back to the 80s. So, good DP. Um, I mean, I have some complaints with the movie. So Rashad has a daughter, an FBI agent. She's on the case throughout the whole movie, chasing Statham because she thinks kind of he's tied into it, and she kind of starts chasing the people that did it too. But her and her partner, like I honestly like I just don't care about them. Like I don't care. And also she would not be on a case investigating the death of her mother. Like I know it's like an action movie. I'm not supposed to take this very seriously, but come on, there's no way. There's no way be a conflict of interest. I mean, she would like taint the evidence, like so ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And they're in the movie a lot. Her and her partner. I mean, it's almost like they're the stars. I mean, I don't know. I guess Jason Statham's technically the star, but they're in it at least as much as him, if not more. And I just don't care about all of that stuff. I really don't, about them chasing him and them. So that's my complaint. It's like whenever Jason Statham shows up, it's great. When he's not there, it's not so great, I'd say. Um, so more Jason Statham. Obviously, they're maybe gonna do a sequel. If they do, I hope Jason Statham has more screen time because he's by far the best thing in it. There's some great action scenes with him. I think he actually did a lot of the stunts himself, especially at the end. There's this really good one with a knife in a hallway. That was probably the best one, I thought. Um, so that was really good. Like he stabs, like he shoots this guy like in the face earlier, but it like goes through like here, and then later he fights him in a hallway with knives. And this guy has said he's killed a beekeeper before. So you have the beekeepers are. It's like this program, and he was like one of the big guys in it. Then he retired, and then he lived on making honey and stuff. But um, so the synopsis: one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on national stakes after he is revealed to be a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeepers. So, um, but yeah, that's like my negative. That's my big negative is I just don't care about the FBI agent. I don't care about her partner. Uh, I understand they need them in there for the mechanics of the plot. Let's take out half their scenes and let's put in Jason Statham instead. That's what I say. But I mean, because let's be honest, why are we here? We're here to watch Jason Statham. And if you know anything about the movie, maybe you're also here because you like David Ayer. I mean, to me, anyways, that's why you would go pay for this movie. But that just my opinion. The movie made 143 million worldwide. I think maybe it's still making a little bit now. So yeah, sorry. Hopefully they make another one. Um, but yeah, David Ayer, after the Suicide Squad, it made tons of money, but it got really bad reviews. I think a lot of people didn't really like it. I mean, if you compare his Suicide Squad to the James Gunn one, yeah, I'd say the Gunn one's better. But I didn't hate his though. I thought it was okay. Um, it has Will Smith in it, which now I can't even really watch things with Will Smith anymore. Like, I mean, I don't know what the thing when he did when he smacked Chris Rock. I was just like, I mean, that really was really disgusting. I thought, like, it just kind of shows this like mentality in Hollywood. I think where they think they can get away with anything, especially if they're, Will Smith. He's one of the biggest stars ever. I mean, people forget that. It's like 15 years ago, he was like, um, one of the biggest stars of the planet. I mean, he would make tons of money for the studios. He would make tons of money. Um, I even heard there was a rumor they were thinking of making a Superman movie with him, which would have been terrible. But I mean, that just shows how big he was. And he finally is going to get his Oscar for King Richard, which I saw, which was okay. It's all right. I mean, but it's all ruined because it's like, and then Chris Rock makes this light joke about his wife. I mean, it is very light, and I don't even think he knew that whatever she's going bald or whatever it is, she has some medical condition for the top of your head, and then he just went nuts. And some people think it's fake. I don't think it's fake. How does that help him at all? Like, I mean, I can see how it helps Chris Rock, but how does that help him? But anyways, this isn't about Will Smith. But he's in Suicide Squad as Deadshot. I thought he was okay, but just watching stuff with him, and it's just like, ugh, he's just kind of gross. But whatever. This is not about Will Smith, about the Beekeeper. Jason Statham is not gross. He's a good actor, a good action star, and he's very good in this. So hopefully they make another one. Um, there's some political stuff that some people think that this movie that Hutchinson is playing a political leader's son. It's possible, I guess. I don't know, but because I kind of thought that that's possible, but then also the president may be another political leader on the other party. So I don't know. Maybe they're taking swipes at both sides. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think David Ayer is that much of a political guy. Honestly, I think he just wants to make a good movie. I think he likes action movies. So yeah, solid movie. Check it out, The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham. But that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.